Welcome back to our news channel. In today's news, in a quiet Bosnian town near the European Union border, a dilapidated water tower has become a temporary refuge for a diverse group of migrants, including a rising number of Chinese nationals. But before we continue, please stay tuned and ensure you like our video, subscribe if you haven't done so. This water tower, once a functional part of the railway system during the Yugoslav era, now stands as a poignant symbol of desperation and hope for those seeking a better life in Europe. Inside, the remnants of life-discarded rubbish, cigarette butts, and a wood-fired stove paint a stark picture of the conditions faced by these migrants. They are drawn by the repeated messages plastered on the walls, offering assistance to those wishing to travel to various European countries, now translated into multiple languages, including Chinese. Among these migrants is Zhang, a 39-year-old father from Shandong province, who arrived in Bosnia with his 2 young children. His journey, which he describes as a pursuit of freedom, began in Langfang, China, and has taken him through several countries at great personal and financial cost. The family has faced numerous challenges, including aggressive encounters with Croatian border police, ultimately leading them to a migrant reception center near Sarajevo. Here, amidst a group largely composed of families and vulnerable individuals, Zhang finds himself isolated, often being one of the few Chinese speakers. Zhang's story reflects a broader trend of Chinese migration through the Balkans, which has seen a notable increase. In 2022, only 2 Chinese migrants were apprehended trying to cross into Bosnia. By 2023, that number had risen to 148. This surge can be attributed to various factors, including the oppressive political climate in China and the ongoing challenges faced by ordinary citizens. Zhang, who once held a stable job in China, felt compelled to leave due to fears for his safety. And the future of his children convinced that returning home would lead to severe repercussions, potentially including imprisonment or mental health institutionalization. The article outlines how the tightening surveillance state in China, particularly during the pandemic, has contributed to this new wave of migration. David Stroop, a lecturer on Chinese politics, notes that the government's increased control and the dreary economic outlook have driven many to explore alternative paths out of the country. For many Chinese citizens, the risks associated with migration, including the treacherous routes through the Balkans, are outweighed by the desire for freedom and safety. Zhang's past experiences of political dissent, beginning with his arrest during anti-Japanese protests in 2012, have shaped his current circumstances. He describes the backlash he faced due to his political views and the increasing social isolation he experienced, which ultimately culminated in his decision to leave. The rising discontent among Chinese citizens has also been fueled by the government's strict COVID-19 policies, which led to widespread protests in late 2022. Zhang participated in these protests, and the subsequent arrest of several of his friends reinforced his belief that he could no longer remain safely in China. The passage provides a broader context for understanding the motivations behind the increasing number of Chinese migrants attempting to reach Europe. Recent years have seen a spike in asylum applications from Chinese nationals, with many seeking refuge from political repression and economic instability. In 2023 alone, over 137,000 asylum seekers from China were recorded, reflecting a significant increase from previous years. The narrative also touches on the perilous migration routes many choose. Zhang initially aimed for the United States, planning to travel through Ecuador, but his plans fell through, leaving him with no choice but to redirect his journey toward Europe. His experiences echo the sentiments of many other migrants who are willing to face significant risks in search of a better life. In Bosnia, the reception centers provide a temporary haven for these migrants, yet the conditions often leave much to be desired. Zhang and others face challenges in navigating the asylum process, with many preferring to continue their journey toward more favorable conditions in Northern Europe. Despite the obstacles, the hope for a better future remains strong among these individuals. The passage concludes with a somber reflection on the lives lost during these perilous journeys. The story of Kai Zhu, a Chinese migrant who died while seeking asylum in Bosnia, serves as a stark reminder of the risks involved in migration. His burial in a cemetery reserved for migrants further highlights the human cost of this ongoing crisis. As migration patterns evolve, the resilience and desperation of those seeking freedom continue to shape the narrative of movement across borders. Overall, the passage paints a vivid picture of the complex motivations behind migration, particularly for Chinese individuals navigating oppressive political environments and seeking safety and opportunity in Europe. The experiences of Zhang and others underscore the urgent need for understanding and addressing the underlying issues driving this new wave of migration. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode of Visa and Immigration News.